given someone who has all of that prowess and knowledge, not only are they out there managing relationships, but they're going to understand how all of these relationships not only work together, but potentially what else to look for.
So this director of, let's call it vendor relations, is that what you would call it?
We could wordsmith it around, but for the most part, it would be someone managing the relationship with all the vendors. So sure, director of vendor relationships.
Right. So then, in the simplest form, like, what do you think, like, top 3 responsibilities would be?
Solution evaluation, measurement of utilization engagement across the franchise network, and commercial structure of agreements.
What level do you think technically they need to understand what the actual vendor provides to their franchise?
A director of vendor relationships should be proficient in utilizing each and every solution so that they're able to communicate through proper channels how they should be utilizing it and what they could do to increase engagement.
You don't see the function as also potentially reporting, or no, they're basically relying on the vendor to be able to report kind of what's happening on like a particular tool or dashboard?
The onus should be on them to validate the reporting that is handed over and delivered by the vendors. So in other words, as an example, if we're talking about the director of vendor relations wants to know what level of engagement there is behind the platform or the solution that they're providing, and they come back and they say, we have 75% usage and engagement. The director of vendor relations should be able to go out to the network, ask questions, and 3 out of every 4 franchisees should say, I know what it is, I use it, this is how I use it, this is what it's done for me. So validating that engagement and usage is there, and then going on top to say, is this a solution that is really valuable and necessary for the network? If it's not, why are we utilizing it? If it is, how do we get the other quartile, that 1 out of every 4, to buy in and be engaged? How do we improve performance? It's all about, if we could bump up the lower quartile, the network as a whole is winning.
Some of this is all to say, like, at what level of a franchise system, franchise brand, does this hypothetical director of vendor relationships become necessary?
You ask the average franchisor what their goal is for the network, what's probably the number one answer, if not a lock to be in the top 3?
Grow new franchisee units.
That's it. You got it. How do I expand my footprint, right? I believe that if brands were to do this, they should bring in somebody who also has technological prowess, financial prowess. I mean, pretty much someone who could, if a CTO, and I'm not talking from like a programming standpoint, I'm not talking from a contract execution standpoint, but like imagine a CTO, a CFO, a COO, a CMO, for whatever reason, they go dark for 3 days. I believe that somebody that is well equipped to be a director of vendor relations should also be able to fill that seat in an emergency situation, because given someone who has all of that prowess and knowledge, not only are they out there managing relationships, but they're going to understand how all of these relationships not only work together, but potentially what else to look for. So when that person is sitting in an executive leadership meeting and hearing the challenges that are going on with a potential network, the light bulb could go off with them understanding the ecosystem of vendors that are out there. You want to know what? Our solution could really use this type of partner. A partner that offers this, that's able to deliver that helps elevate the successes that all of these other relationships that we're paying for are delivering, right? Then all of a sudden you have someone that's increasing the value of the brand or the solution stack that brand is able to offer its franchisees and its customer base.
That was a great ending.
Okay.